Every year, Verizon publishes the most respected breach study in cybersecurity. This year's edition analyzed over 22,000 confirmed breaches across 145 countries. And for the first time in the report's 19-year history, something changed. Stolen passwords are no longer the #1 way attackers break in. Exploiting software vulnerabilities is. It now accounts for 31% of all breaches, up from 20% in a single year. And where are those vulnerabilities living? Web applications, VPNs, and remote access systems. The things your business exposes to the internet on purpose. If you run a web application, this video is about you. I am going to walk you through what changed and why it changed the case for security testing. For years, the security conversation was about phishing emails and stolen passwords. Train your people, turn on multi-factor, and you were ahead of the game. That advice still matters. In fact, 88% of basic web application attacks still involve stolen credentials. But attackers have found something they like even better: code that is already broken. Your web application is reachable by anyone on Earth 24 hours a day. Every login page, every API, every form field is a surface someone can probe. And attackers are now using AI to probe it faster. Verizon's researchers put it bluntly: the window for defense has shrunk from months to hours. Hours. That is how long you may have between a vulnerability becoming known and someone trying it against your application. Here's the finding that should worry every business owner. Of the vulnerabilities that the US government has confirmed are being actively exploited by attackers, only 26% were fully fixed by organizations last year, down from 38% the year before. The median time to fix one of these known actively exploited flaws? 43 days, up from 32, so attackers exploit in hours, defenders patch in weeks. That gap is the whole story of modern breaches. And a week after a critical flaw is discovered, 60 to 70% of them are still sitting open. That holds true even at mature, well-funded organizations. If the big companies cannot keep up, the honest question is, what is sitting open in your application right now? Let's talk about what happens when the gap catches up with you. IBM's latest research puts the average cost of a data breach in the United States at $10.22 million, a record high and up 9% in 1 year. And ransomware is where many of these breaches end up. It now appears in 48% of all breaches. Here is the part that surprises people. Where the victim's size was known, roughly 96% of ransomware victims were small and mid-sized businesses. Not banks, not tech giants. Businesses like yours, chosen because attackers assume no one has tested the defenses. One more number. Nearly half of all breaches now involve a third party. Your vendors, your plugins, your integrations. Your web application inherits their weaknesses too. At this point, many owners say, we run a vulnerability scanner. We are covered. Scanners are useful, we use them too, but a scanner checks for known signatures. It does not think like an attacker. A scanner will not chain 3 low-severity findings into one working attack path. It will not test whether your application logic lets one customer see another customer's data. It will not try to escalate from a normal user account to an administrator. Even the firms that feed vulnerability data into Verizon's report say the same thing. The complex flaws that automated tools miss are the ones that require human expertise to find, and those are often the ones that matter most. That is the difference between a scan and a real web application security audit. Here is the reality the data leaves us with. Your web application will be tested. The only question is by whom. Either a professional tests it under a controlled, authorized engagement, documents what they find, and hands you a prioritized plan to fix it. Or an attacker tests it on their schedule, tells you nothing, and you find out when your data is for sale or your systems are encrypted. One of those costs a fraction of the other. Click the link below and schedule a web application security audit with Altius IT today. Find your weaknesses before someone else does.